Hi guys, I'm Rob and welcome back to the channel. You join me, as usual, at TeamSport in Sheffield. We're here on a Tuesday night visit. We were originally booked on for just the 2 sessions, but we actually ended up getting a 3rd session as well. So I'm saying we, the cart in front there, is my work colleague, my friend Dan. He's come along with me again, and I've decided to sit behind him for a few laps this time, because he's struggling to get through into the 1 minute mark. So he wanted me to follow him, see if I could work out anywhere where I'm gaining on him, anywhere I'm losing. He's obviously got the footage as well to follow on and learn from it. But yeah, it was a reasonable session. This was 8 karts on track. But this is a big red flag stop, as one of the karts had actually broken completely, so they had to change it out. So I'm actually going to skip this one for you and we'll fast forward to where we're ready to go again. So as we get underway again, that was a fairly long stop. It took quite a while to sort that out. Also, they've got to take the other cart down to the maintenance area and get to try that into a new cart. So as I was saying, we're here with Dan, and I'm going to sit behind him for a few laps, just so to see if I can give him any form of pointers as we're going around. A bit surprised to see again a marshal on the track under green flag conditions. That seems to be happening a lot at the moment. It happened in the last session and it happened once again. He's now in the safety of the barriers. Thankfully we were driving reasonably sensibly at the time. So yeah, Tuesday night session. This is the first of the sessions and we've got 8 karts on track. One of them is very, very quick. He was lapping in 58, mid-58s for this session. I believe he works there or something along those lines. And then yeah, Dan and I were the next fastest. So the idea is, we want to work out where Dan is losing time. He's struggling to get past his fastest laps of 1010 something or other. He wants to try and work out what he can do to get past that. So I said, I'll sit behind you for a little bit, seeing as we're coming out together. And very quickly, I got bored of sitting behind him. I decided to go for it instead. This wasn't the session to be. There was another session. We'd already booked this 3rd session by this point, and at this point we still thought we were the only ones going to be on that session. We'll find that out in a couple of weeks' time. But yeah, clear track now, so we're just going to go for it and see if Dan can keep up. We have the odd check over the shoulder and just to see where he is, see if he is keeping up as we come up to the first kart to pass. Dan and I were the first 2 karts out of the pits, so we are coming up to lap people already, and we are only on lap 3, although by the time we pass him, it is of course lap 4. Now this board here that they're showing us is of course the time added board. So because of the long red flag and the fact that there were no sessions after us booked, apart from the extra one that we'd booked, they told us they were going to add time on, give us a bit of extra longer in this session due to the long stop. Whether that actually happened or not is questionable, in all honesty. But we'll find out more about that towards the end here. So this was the 8:25 session, and we had obviously booked an extra one after that. There was nobody booked onto any of the other sessions after that, and that is why they allowed us to book an extra session. They don't always do that because they're usually quite busy, but it's often available as an option, and it's fairly good value. For a non-member it's £10, for a member it was an extra £8.50, so not bad at all. But obviously you can only do that when they've got availability. As we start to catch up on some more back markers here, we're preparing to see what we can do and find our way past. If we get a run up the ramp, which it looks like we do, we can work our way and find our way around, and we'll just hold it and go around the outside. I don't think there was any contact there, I just got a bit carried away and got the kart into a bit of a slide. Not the end of the world. Didn't hit the outside barriers, so we're all good. I have no idea what that was. Either he didn't know I was there and he kept straight on the chicane thinking that was his quickest line, or he knew I was there and did that and tried to block me and then tried to let me through at turn 1 anyway, or he just really didn't know what he was doing and decided to stop at the beginning of turn 1. No idea. Very confusing. And to a degree it's also quite silly because I'm not expecting it. I could have hit him quite hard in the back, but just being misjudged everything. If I was a little less experienced, I might have been using him as a reference point for my braking. With him doing that, I may have then missed my brakes entirely and shunted him straight into the barriers. Could have happened, it didn't happen thankfully. So as we start this next lap, it is my fastest lap, so I am going to let this one play out for you. So yeah, not that great. Not awful, but not that great either. The kart just didn't feel right to me. There was a lot less grip on the rear than I was expecting from it. Now I'd gone out of this session thinking maybe I just didn't get enough temperature into the rear tyres. Maybe I did. But yeah, this kart really felt out of balance. Had a lot more grip on the front end than it did on the rear. Now you have to join me in 2 weeks' time for the third video of this series to find out exactly why that was. I'm not going to tell you now, you'll have to wait. And as we come to another red flag, I don't need to fast forward this one, it is a shorter one. Unfortunately, it was at this point that my camera decided to give up entirely as we released from this lap. So I've lost the last couple of laps of footage. So that's it for this video. Join me again next week for the next session of this visit. As always guys, thanks for watching. Cheers.